Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Spare Parts. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
And friends, we are back after a week break for some event or something then that we needed.
Some asshole got married.
Wow!
Check out the ring, Steven. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
I got to look at it enough when I was sitting fucking next to you.
That's
I
fair.
don't need to see it anymore.
So, yes, and then we needed at least a week recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about that.
Oh,
It was about that. So yeah, now we are back. We can talk a whole bunch of stuff that we missed, and I guess give some thoughts of 2023 is rapidly coming to a close. So
Mildly terrifying.
without further ado, where do you guys want to begin?
Well, what do we have to go over? We got 2 weeks of NASCAR, 2 weeks of F1, surprisingly.
Oh, yeah.
What,
So-
is any part of that surprising?
No. Well, I mean, 2 weeks in a row of F1, a little bit.
I mean, fair, but given the recent schedules and stuff.
no. But yeah, I don't know. We have lots of avenues we could go down. So it's
That's
really,
fair.
do we want to bore Taylor now or bore Taylor later?
Okay.
I'm not going to be bored.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to be bored about for the NASCAR conversation, but we can start with F1 because that's, I think, all of our favorites.
Yes. Okay. So how far back do we want to go? Are we doing both? Because honestly, you could say like 2 sentences and it covers both.
Leclerc pole, Max wins.
There you go.
Yep.
I just want to point out, I am holding the cat right now, and he is like
Yes.
dead.
Yeah, because he's a giant
is.
fucking baby.
He is, and Halloween, black cat, had to do it.
Yes.
He's living the life.
He is. I'll put him down if he wants. Okay, so,
You
so
think
yes,
he wants?
yeah, that's fair. So yeah, we had the what was it U.S. Grand Prix in Austin on the wedding day. Whoops, bad planning by me. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to mention,
Oh, yeah. Bad planning.
race starts right in the middle of the ceremony. Yep.
Just the worst, really.
Yep.
Not that it was an important event or anything.
No.
If anything exciting had happened, I would care.
At least you picked a good year to do it where like there's no important battle for first. Like imagine this is, I don't know, 2016
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
doing that shit. I may not have shown up.
Honestly, I think I'd respect that more.
Okay, sure. All right. Okay.
But
Yeah, that or just start off the best man speech with congratulations. I can't remember who won in 2016, who won whatever race was going on around this time.
Rosberg?
Someone.
Sure. Go
Maybe.
for it.
Maybe.
Congratulations to
It's a good
Rosberg for
guess.
winning whatever race.
You have like an 80% chance of being right, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah.
So,
Well,
yeah,
safe to say
like-
none of us watched that one.
No,
so.
but the thing that came out of the USA Grand Prix that was like news and drama was the whole Leclerc and Hamilton getting disqualified.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mhm.
right. Because
Yeah.
of their floors or whatever, right?
Yeah, that
the
that
ride
was
height,
fun.
yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
That
Yeah.
was fun to get in the middle of dinner.
Yes,
after
that
a couple
was
of
funny.
drinks, and then sprinting around to a couple different tables saying, "They got fucking disqualified."
Yeah, that was kind of fun. And like Taylor, you saying that over to Peter and him and his tail be like, whoa, look here. so yeah, that
All
was
I remember was like there was a phone in my face at some point, and I was like, "What is happening?" I don't know.
I think Sarah did that.
No, that was me.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I think it was Steven.
We were all
I-
okay. We were all in
I-
a row beside each other.
Yeah.
So like,
I got it's because
We were all
I got
having
my
fun.
I got my speech done and out of the way, and then I just instantly was like on my phone the rest of the time.
thanks for paying attention at my wedding.
Wow.
It's a Sunday.
I-
What do you expect? There's news happening. I feel
Okay.
I feel the phone buzzing in my pocket. I'm gonna check it.
Who you had your phone with you the whole time? Jesus.
Yes. I mean, so did the groomsman sitting next to me, and the groomsman sitting next to me, and the groomsman sitting next to me. They all had their phones.
And the groom.
Yeah.
My dress didn't have pockets, so I couldn't have my phone until the reception, and even then, it was like.
I think it was on
barely
Twitter
touched
during Taylor's speech. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was talking about how much I actually like you.
It was
for
X.
once.
It was X, not Twitter.
I need nothing. That's what
But
it's
anyway,
Anyway.
so Leclerc and Hamilton got disqualified, and people were really freaking angry about this.
Can't do the time,
course they
don't do
were.
the crime.
Yes, but if you only check 4 cars, and
Yeah.
2 of them come back illegal, maybe you should
check a
check
couple more.
Maybe you should. Yeah, because who knows? There could be more out there that like you're just not checking, and you just got lucky this one time that you chose the ones that are cheating.
Like, what's the only thing done with like F1 scrutineering? Weighing and like taking a fuel sample.
Yeah.
You
Usually.
can't check all of the skid plates in the bottom while you're there.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
It could be done.
yes, it definitely can be done. Look at it at like NASCAR and IndyCar. They do every single car. That's more cars than F1. Yes, they don't necessarily have all the same stuff to check. But you could make maybe like a quick
But
little checklist in F1 to be like, okay, we'll check every single floor's ride height, or every single car's floor ride height. Every single, well, we already do the gas and the fuel sample, so we're going to test that. Like, we're already weighing them.
Rear wing, front wing.
Yeah, like little things you could definitely test. To do 4 cars and to be like, yep, good enough. 2 of them are legal, disqualified. Probably had a bunch of other teams there kind of like, maybe not so good. But as a result of that disqualification, Norris got a nice second place.
Mm-hmm.
And Ferrari's third place just went to Sainz. But
Small changeover.
the biggest thing happened. An American at his home race got
Yeah,
his
that's
first points.
1 point.
God
His
bless
1
America.
point.
Ah,
Oh,
and
gosh.
they definitely went a little overboard, I want to say, in the social media on that one afterwards.
Of course they did.
100%.
Only way it could
Oh.
have been worse is if they if he did it in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to that race. Just thinking of how many gambling jokes and puns we made. Oh, you didn't bet on that, or
I'm gonna bet the over now.
Does that count as one? Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, not a whole lot of other notes out of Coda. Perez looks, I will say, dog shit. But on the bright side, he left Coda and had a really good chance to really make a mark on his home Grand Prix in Mexico this last weekend.
Make a mark, he did.
Steven, do you want to, or Taylor, when do you want to sum up Perez's home Grand Prix weekend?
Well, it ended in turn 1. You know, what was it? Verstappen, Leclerc, and Perez going into turn 1, 3 wide, and well, Leclerc had nowhere to go, and they touched, and Perez went flying and crashed out of the race
And does
in turn 1.
everyone believe that was Perez's fault?
Yes.
He turned in a little early. Maybe. I don't know. It's
Leclerc had nowhere to go. Like, even if he
No.
braked, like they were probably still
Yeah.
gonna
No.
touch anyway.
Leclerc's a little bitch, and this is my Okay. I
Boy,
should
here we
really.
go. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Let's take a step back here for a second. So my whole take on
I'm
the
so
Perez thing.
aggressive.
No, okay. That's my issue with Leclerc is he's not aggressive. Because he had like
Okay.
a foot and a half to his right to maybe put some pressure on Verstappen.
Mm-hmm.
But he gives Verstappen too much space so that Perez has no space. And because Leclerc is such a nice guy on the track, and as I say, is a little bitch when it comes to putting pressure on anyone that's not his fucking teammate.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Like, everyone comes off there saying, oh, Perez, it's his fault, yada, yada, yada. Because everyone just knows Leclerc isn't aggressive. So he gets the benefit of the doubt on everything. But, like, if that had ended with all three of those cars in turn one getting taken out, amazing race. But it didn't. Because Leclerc has to, hang it out a little. He gave Verstappen a lot of respect. I don't know why you would if you're even trying to win a race, but okay. And yeah, you take out the other Red Bull.
Yeah, like I see your point. I see your point. The problem is that Leclerc has been too aggressive in the past, mostly to his teammate. Why is that his problem? Like, why is he only aggressive to towards his teammate? Like,
Exactly.
like if you're gonna be aggressive to everybody else on the grid, because then you're just creating problems for yourself.
Yeah, that is literally Leclerc's issue in F1. If he would just stop being such a nice guy and be less of a dick to his teammate.
He's already number one in Ferrari. Well, so we think.
I don't know. Sainz might be leaving, according to Czech's
the rumor
Twitter X that his what was it, grandmother or something liked. I don't know. This is just getting ridiculous.
And it was a very vague. I cannot believe the rumor I just heard in the paddock.
Do you?
Okay.
That whole thing reminded me so much of our "Trust me, bro. I heard this."
How we just talked about that, and then it happened again.
I know, but it's just not even a "trust me, bro" comment because we don't even know what the rumor is. It's just "trust me, bro. This rumor I heard is ridiculous," but we don't know what the rumor is. It's just so ambiguous, and I'm like, just somebody say something. How are we gonna find out? What if it's just a rumor and nothing happens? It's just gonna die? What the heck?
It's
What's
all
the
just
There's
rumors.
no stirring the pot. Oh, it's all rumors until something comes out.
Yeah, it's. I think I saw Perez retiring. I saw Alonso retiring. I also saw Alonso to Aston Martin. I saw. Alonso to Red Bull. I
saw that one. I was like, what?
I saw Sainz to Red Bull. Okay. I saw Verstappen demoting himself back to AlphaTauri to then give Red Bull. Red Bull will then go with Perez and Ricciardo in a 3-race shootout to decide who gets the seat next year.
That's the most ridiculous one I've ever heard.
That'd be the most fun one because I think the idea with that is we get AlphaTauri higher in the points because they're not.
That actually would be really
enough.
funny.
It would be a very entertaining 3 races to watch.
That is
would be fun.
Actually the
and
most
you can
ridiculous
advertise
thing
that
ever,
as
though.
the Red Bull Challenge and to see who does better.
Yep. And it's
true.
still somehow Max passing both of them.
I was gonna say somehow
the
Max
AlphaTauri.
still wins in the AlphaTauri.
Max wins, and every time Perez and Ricciardo are fighting so hard for a seat in Red Bull 2024, they take each other out.
So Yuki gets the seat.
So
There you
Yuki gets it, and then Liam Lawson comes into F1.
I think I would actually love to see that and see Max win in the AlphaTauri, and I think that'd be the greatest exclamation point on a season.
That would be the best way to end the season. That it's just been Max Verstappen wins basically every race. Because this has been by far the most boring season that I can remember in the past few years.
If he demoted himself to a shittier car and still won with that car,
He's
You'd-
so funny.
You'd have to put him in GOAT conversation, would you not?
I honestly at that point I'd be arguing like, is he better than Lewis? There's arguments there for that.
Oh, definitely. But that's not going to happen. Let's be honest. That's too fun for F1.
It's too fun. It's too fun for Red Bull.
Yeah, I'm
They just
assuming.
they want to win.
I'm assuming the actual rumor, which everyone can't believe, is Logan Sargent gonna be back. Good for him.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
That's the
scored
rumor
1
that no
point.
one could believe.
That's
He scored 1 point, and he's American. I thought we guaranteed that he was going to be back. Basically.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
It's also, like, it's not even... Like, for me, like, that would be hard to believe that that's the rumor that's catching everybody off guard because it's been in talks for weeks, and, like, Williams has come out and, like, made comments about them wanting Sargent to sign on for next year, so it would, like... If that's what's surprising people, I would be surprised.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I was kind of a joke that was the rumor because I actually have no idea. It could just be people stirring the pot.
But maybe it is Sainz is leaving. Who knows?
For
Maybe
where?
Norris is going to Red Bull and Sainz is going back to McLaren.
Could you imagine all of the bullshit, silly season signings that were everyone is staying the same, everyone's staying at their team, to get undone at the end of the season?
That would be great. That would make the season actually good.
No.
So therefore it won't
wouldn't.
happen.
No. It wouldn't make it good.
Why not?
Because remember the whole
It'd be
thing.
It's F1.
chaotic.
No. Because remember, like, what was it, a month ago or whatever? We talked about how, like, F1, maybe like 6 weeks. I have no idea. Month and a half, month ago. How F1's had, like, a drop in, like, interactions on social media and stuff, and not as many people are
Yes.
talking F1.
Oh, yes.
So
I
if you
remember that
have all the
conversation.
drama happen after the season's over,
Oh, yeah. That's a good
it's
point.
not fucking worth it. Which means, tinfoil hat, it is the most F1 thing to happen because it shoots itself in the own foot, which is just pure F1 at this point.
But, okay, here's my question, though. If all this happens at the end of the season, think about it. Would it not make people more excited for Drive to Survive to come out? And that would probably shoot ratings up for that show because ratings down because nobody who's actually a fan of F1 wants to watch it because it's stupid.
So you'd have to have
But
this all
everyone would
happen-
want to play.
You'd have to
everyone
have it
would
all
wanna see it
happen in
play out.
February. It'd have to all happen in February
By
or
February.
late January, when it actually comes out. When the
It
show
comes out
actually
in March,
comes out.
doesn't it?
Or March, yeah. It'd have to come out.
So
Either way, don't do
Time
it
out,
now.
time
Do
out,
it
time
later.
out. Do what now? The moves?
All those moves that you just
So
said.
do it
Yeah, but
after
then
filming's
everybody would-
done, so it's not part of the show?
Yes.
what? Why?
I think Steven's
But
being
if then
stupid.
nobody would be excited.
Yeah.
Because nobody would be excited for Drive to Survive if all of that happens after the show stops filming for the season, right? So if you do it all at the end of the season, you probably know that those are probably going to be the last couple episodes. Is like all this
Exactly.
weird stuff going on.
if
So
there's
everyone's going to
that,
be like, "Oh my gosh, I want to see it."
if there's that much animosity, I'm sure you have some fucking film of guys being pissed off at their teammates
Oh, I'm sure there's tons of it.
that you could put into the
But-
end of the season.
If all of these moves happen, it's what's happening behind the curtain with management and the team principals and what conversations are happening that we don't get on this end right now. So I feel like there's a lot of different directions that we could go here where it could make sense. It would be the most F1 thing to happen ever, but who knows? I still think maybe the wild rumor is that Perez actually is going to retire. Who knows? Even though that was a rumor, what if it's confirmed?
And Red Bull definitely this week said that Perez is definitely back next year.
I know.
So
Wow.
But it's also Red Bull. Like I said in our group chat, I won't believe anything Red Bull says until guys are in cars doing testing. And even then, I still wouldn't necessarily believe it.
Until race 1 of the 2024 season, I'm not going to believe a word that they say because they say tons of things.
Perez has a pre-season accident.
fell out a window.
Yeah.
He had a biking accident. Or no, so I guess a skiing. Oh no, we can't say skiing accident.
Damn it, Taylor!
No.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was thinking of the winter months, and I'm like, but we can't say that because that's really bad.
Tennis
Yeah.
accident.
A
Okay.
tennis accident?
Well, he's
Or
from
golf?
Mexico,
I
so
don't
that's
know.
like warmer, right? Tennis would make sense. What pickleball?
What
It's like
did
the most
Career-
cold
career
sport
ending.
ever.
the accident being that a bunch of guys came out with the pickleball rackets and started beating him with it. Yes, that was the accident.
Oh. Yeah, that checks out. That seems Red Bull. They were all wearing AlphaTauri clothing.
Yeah.
Isn't AlphaTauri going to be Hugo Boss or something like that, though?
Wasn't that supposed to
Or
be
no.
announced at the American race rumors?
Oh,
and
no,
then-
sorry. That was Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo's the one that's changing,
I
not
thought it was AlphaTauri.
No, AlphaTauri is too.
Yeah, but they never actually announced it. There was rumors of it, but they never actually did anything.
Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. I was like, I know Alfa Romeo's out, so they're going to be different next year, but I was like, I swear AlphaTauri's not going to be AlphaTauri either.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
But-
nothing here.
Speaking of AlphaTauri, they had a decent weekend.
Go Danny Rick.
Good return
That's his
for
best
Ricardo.
showing. Yeah, that's his best showing since he was back in F1, so good for him.
Yeah, and he actually looked competent. He qualified
Mhm.
fourth? Was that
Yeah,
it?
something like that.
Yes.
Fourth.
He was
Fourth.
fourth. He out-qualified Perez. Which that alone has to definitely make you interested in making a move of your Horner.
Which is why I don't believe shit Red Bull says.
That's
They could pull 40 different moves and just
on
say,
Friday. It may have been true at the time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like like with Red Bull, Friday could be one situation. They see how Daniel performs, and it's like, wear up still. That's just
Yeah.
the way that they roll. De Vries was signed for the entire year, and look what happened to him. Not even halfway through the season.
The only person I
When the
trust in
car
Red Bull
was
is
the
Yuki.
worst.
Yeah.
But even him,
And that's because half of the words he says get bleeped out.
exactly.
You can't put a full sentence together with that guy.
Yeah, it's really good for making sure people don't understand their strategy.
Mhm.
That actually used to be a thing in the past. Back-
I'm not surprised.
Back in the day when
I'm not.
like they didn't have the technology to like bleep on the fly, guys would make sure they swore over the radio so that broadcast
get
couldn't use it.
Yep.
That's some good thinking. But yeah, AlphaTauri had a good weekend. Almost finished 7th, 8th until
Almost.
Yuki. Oh man.
What are you trying to do?
No, I'm
What?
trying to describe Yuki's move, and the word kamikaze came up. I'm like, I feel like I can't use that one.
You can't
Yeah, that's
use
fair.
that. No, you can't use that.
But yeah,
Although I see your line of thinking.
it was a really risky around the outside move that didn't need to be made. But that's just Yuki, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
It was Yuki being Yuki. Put it
exactly.
that way.
Yeah.
Oh, we also got a red flag this race. It's been a while since we saw one of those.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What a happy little incident.
That everyone was pissed off about because like I think Max and Pi was like, "Why is there a red flag?"
It was K-Meg, right?
Yeah, can't make it the wall.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
Well, and his car was on fire, so.
Well, no, it's like she had to replace the stupid Tech Pro that gets yeeted into the track
Oh.
or blown up when a car hits it. So,
Yeah.
and
So.
we're just not going to talk about my hat and Aston Martin. Man, I should keep that
Oh,
down.
there you
Ooh,
go.
that hairline. Oof.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you were talking about your hairline.
Well,
Aston Martin is atrociously bad this year. Second half.
didn't Alonso
I was-
full on come out and say that they're no longer competing even for podiums anymore? It's just like that's pretty much it. Like he's like calling the season now, basically.
Yep.
Wow.
But one bright side that you can look at, Sean, Lance Stroll has beat Fernando in the last two races.
Which leads me to believe that when it comes to Aston Martin, one of their issues now with their upgrades they've brought is setup.
Yeah.
Because not only has Stroll beaten Alonso in the last 2 races, didn't Alonso DNF both races?
Yes.
Yeah. But Stroll was faster paced in those races. And what does Stroll do in those was start from the pit lane. Which means they made some kind of setup adjustment. Obviously, whatever they're using for qualifying does not have the same pace and longevity as you do in the race. So they're figuring that out. They're trying to see what they've done to the car, what works race pace wise, what works qualifying wise. They've choked away, 4th in the championship?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Like they're what? How many points back now? They're 20 points back.
I think
Like they're not at risk of being caught. No, they're exactly 20 points
Oh,
back
wow.
right now.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Alpine's not going to touch them, but McLaren.
Steam was
wow.
second at one. Steam was second at one point.
And McLaren was second worst at one point, and they've basically converged in the middle.
Yeah.
Wow, Haas is last, Wow. You know, it's nice looking at the constructor standings and seeing, like, the worst team still has 12 points.
Yeah. Aren't they like the best worst team ever?
Are
Or
they?
something like that? I don't know, something like that.
Huh.
Might be within a certain time frame and certain
Like last decade or
point.
hybrid era?
Yeah.
Well, like,
But either way, like, how many times have we seen teams finish with 0 through 5 points just because the car is never competitive? The fact that everybody's in double digits is like mildly shocking.
I am just going to look at quick little stats and just give you a little thing of, last year, Williams had 8 points, and they were the worst team. See how far back I can go. And that was a lot of points for them last year. Remember back in the day,
Yeah.
they used to have like 1 point maybe a season?
Yeah. And so, again, they've got 4 more points with 3 races to go and could realistically get, 15?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Haas had 0 2 years ago. Williams had 0 the year before that. 2019, Williams had 1 point. Yeah, pretty much. Seems like, yeah, they're doing pretty good for like a last place team. The back half of the field is really competitive.
Best worst team ever.
Yeah.
Whichever one of these 3 teams at the bottom. Because I doubt anyone catches Williams from that group.
Again, you put Max in AlphaTauri.
Okay, yes, if that happens, yes. Well, if we put Leclerc in the Alfa Romeo,
When he's still DNF or still
yeah, probably.
get on pole or something, but not finish the race or not win.
Exactly.
Oh, wasn't was it Austin? That was a sprint race, wasn't it?
Yes.
Amazing how much
And
those have also fallen out of favor with people.
Were they ever really in favor?
I think less
Honestly.
and less now.
It's like the shootout in the NHL. Might have been fun for a little bit.
Fun the first time.
Yeah, fun the first 2 or 3 times. After that, it's like, yeah, okay, it's kind of boring now.
That's fair. Do you have anything else F1 related, or should we move on?
Yeah, if we miss anything, we can catch up this week.
Yeah, that's fair. Because we're down to the final 4 in NASCAR. So we had, what races did we have we missed? We had Martinsville this week and
Homestead last week. And 2 guys that won that probably, or that really just flipped the table. Right?
Yeah, what, Bell and Blaney?
Yeah, neither guy was in after Vegas,
Yeah.
from what I remember.
True. So I don't have a whole much to talk about actually in terms of the races themselves because I didn't really watch. Obviously, the Homestead.
We've been kind of busy.
Yeah, wedding, and we chose F1 over the Martinsville race, which I heard it was a mistake. Apparently, that Martinsville race was one of the best short track races in this new package.
It was.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so to be fair, that's a pretty low bar to get over. But with the implication of Blaney or Hamlin basically need to win to get in, and both run in the top 5 pretty much all race, yeah, that would make it a very entertaining race.
Yep.
So,
and you had the pace car breakdown because there was too much rubber buildup. They had to get that thing towed. Yeah, it was just good, exciting. You had Logano pissing off Hamlin. That was a fun one.
oh, that seeing that radio pop up was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so you're down to your final 4, which is Blaney, Bell, Larson, and Byron. And the championship weekend is this weekend. And I want to know who you guys think will win.
Oh, in Phoenix, I do like Blaney here, and I think there was some stat where he's like always finishing in the top 5 here. So part of me wants to say Blaney really bad.
Well, I'm just going to go with Byron because he's my last hope to win our predictions. So I don't know what his stats are.
I mean, Byron has had the best season of all the 4 drivers. Of the guy who is most deserving to win, it is Byron. Which means...
but we know that NASCAR doesn't go that way.
Exactly. So Byron's not going to win.
Which means he's probably not going to win because he does deserve it.
Statistically, Blaney just won, and it's very rare for any driver to win back-to-back races. So he's not going to win.
So that leaves...
So it's Kyle Larson.
Bell
it's going to be
and
Kyle
Larson.
Larson. It's going to be Kyle Larson.
Because he's the least, or the most...
He's most due.
Yes. In that he's the only one who hasn't won one of the last 3 races.
Yeah.
Well, and also didn't have a good enough regular season. Because he won in Las Vegas, I'm pretty sure, right?
I think so, yeah. But actually,
yes,
I
he
remember.
did. Yes, 3 of the drivers won
To get in.
And Byron made it on points.
Personally, I want to see Byron win because it is deserved on the season he has had. But this is NASCAR, and the most most bullshit thing would being for a season you deserve to win, losing to your teammate.
Yeah.
And see, I feel like this is what's gonna happen, but it would be just so nice for just once there to be a NASCAR championship that's actually won by the person who deserves it for just having a great season. Again, we can harp on how stupid the playoffs are, but it is what it is. So,
well, you could also say Hamlin technically deserved to win because he's been the best playoff driver.
True.
Right?
Yep.
Didn't even had a podium and still didn't make it just because 3 guys won, and he wasn't the top point guy because of aggregate. Even though he's probably been the. Actually, Sean, where's the thing you sent me? The Winston Cup standings.
He's trying to find that.
It's in our messages. He's second, 67 points behind Christopher Bell, and Byron's right there as well. But technically, if you did the points this way, he would be in ahead of Byron.
Yes.
So,
yeah, based on old Winston Cup playoffs or old Winston Cup points, Bell would be the best driver. So I'm gonna amend that. So, well, actually, no, I'm even more confident now because Byron obviously should win based on the season he's had and current NASCAR points. Bell should win based on old points. So neither of them are gonna win.
Yeah.
The guy who least deserves to win is technically Ryan Blaney.
yes.
They're apart by 30 points. Not even.
I know.
It's 28.
So.
Yeah,
so me and Steven are team not deserving to win, obviously, right?
Yes.
Yeah, high five to that one.
That.
Okay, good enough. We'll get it one of these days. The matching.
Yep. You gotta tell me which side I got a high five.
You were the right side. It was fine. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm surprised because I just have my phone in my other hand, so I just said this hand.
You nailed it. Don't worry, buddy.
Perfect.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm also excited for the end of the Xfinity season after Martinsville.
Why is that?
Speaking of getting, as I mentioned before, getting screwed over by a teammate.
Yes.
The Xfinity race this weekend saw one of the most, I guess, toxic work environments in NASCAR. So it is known that at RCR, Austin Hill has kind of been, I guess, their golden child last little while. And Sheldon Creed did announce a little while ago that he was leaving the team, and he did not announce where he was going yet. That hadn't been announced officially yet. But at the end of the Martinsville Xfinity race, Austin Hill was leaving. He'd already won, I thought, Hill, but he also, I think, needed to, I can't remember who he needed to beat. There was a weird thing with, like, he needed to beat someone by a certain amount of gap to guarantee into the Final Four. And Sheldon Creed racing him hard, going for the win, gives him a bit of a bump and run in the last 2 laps, moves him to get by him. And then the final corner, going into it, they're kind of side by side. Austin Hill door slams Sheldon Creed. Creed goes a little deep into the corner. Brake checks, maybe, Austin Hill, and then loses. And Austin Hill slams in the back of Creed, fucks his car up. Creed tries to get out of there. He gets beaten to the line by Allgaier. Both guys fail to make it to the final. And everyone at RCR, in terms of higher-ups, I think it was like Richard Childress himself, what's his name, who's the president, I can't remember his name at the moment, who basically yelled at Creed right after it happened. They all blame Sheldon Creed for that, not Austin Hill for basically also having equal part in everything there. And it saw, after the wreck and everything and the race is over, Austin Hill first applauding the 2-car box as he's going away. Creed being next to his car, obviously upset at what just happened and not making it to the final. Just going to find out who the hell it was that yelled at Creed. It's going to be 1 second, pulling it up. It was Andy Petrie, who gave Creed shit for his move, and Creed, to his credit, clapped back. Well, if he had done it, you wouldn't have said shit.
Yep.
Which I think just shows his mindset, and I'm kind of impressed at this whole incident, how much support Sheldon Creed has actually gotten from the fans. Because there's a lot of people say, okay, yeah, it's not the best move and not the best thing, but it's racing.
If either of them wins, the winner is in. It's not like this was a situation where one was guaranteed in and you had it. Like if, say, Hill is already guaranteed in with a win and he does that to Creed, it's a dick move by Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Same, vice versa.
Yeah.
But neither was guaranteed a spot, so it's not like you could say we have a game plan. Both guys are racing to win. Yeah,
and you would want both guys, your team, racing to win to get into the Final Four. That's a good position to be in. But at the end of it, you should kind of... I guess the toxicity in the team itself probably led to this event happening. Because Richard Childress in his statements afterwards, again, held no... he didn't hold back, and he said, I've had a lot of dumb drivers for me, but none stupider than Sheldon Creed. Okay. That's quite the shot to take at your driver.
A little aggressive.
I mean, as of right now,
just a tad bit.
Creed is still driving for them.
Yeah, one more race.
Exactly. before he goes off too, did you see that part, Steven?
Where is he going to?
Oh, in his interview after the crash, Austin Hill was basically bitching about Creed and said, finished his interview by saying, "I can't wait for him to leave and go to Joe Gibbs." That's petty.
Yeah.
To basically just be like, yeah, I'm just going to name drop exactly where he's going. Don't give the team anything for the announcement. Yeah, that's a dick move. And just shows there's not a lot of respect between the two guys. I can understand being heated after an incident.
Yeah.
But there's zero respect between those two.
Yeah.
And that's entirely on RCR. Because, like, one of the best things F1 teams and F1 bosses do is manage egos. You can have 8-time world champion Lewis Hamilton on your team and some new upstart named George Russell who, want to go at each other's throats. But you have to manage that relationship. And in Xfinity, you have a bunch of young guys who are trying to come up, trying to make it to the big leagues. Yeah, as a team, you need to manage that. Because what do you think is going to happen when they get to the big leagues? That's part of their development as drivers is don't be a fucking dick. Don't pamper one driver, Austin Hill in this case, and leave one out to dry, which is Sheldon Creed. Because, yeah, he will feel, I guess, attacked and probably will happily brake check you in the last corner. So, it was ugly, really. Not a good look for that team. But also, part of me is kind of happy Sheldon Creed did it. I'm not going to lie. After seeing the comments from the other guys, yeah, I'm happy he ruined both teams' chances.
And if anything, letting Creed win would have gotten them both in.
It would have.
So, I guess it's tougher to do on the fly, but maybe had that conversation of here's where we're at. So I didn't realize Hill dropped off so much. I thought it was 7 points, but he was like up there. So I was like, they're both out. Mm-hmm. But he just dropped all the way down to, what was it, 21st?
He didn't finish.
So he got like no points. Yeah.
Yeah, he was, because there was a big pileup afterwards because of that.
Yeah.
He didn't get
I'm
getting enough points.
Yeah, so he finished all the way back in 23rd. So realistically, he should have just let Creed go.
If he lets Creed go at the end, both are in.
Yeah.
Not 100% guaranteed because you never know what's going to happen, but...
No, but so the difference between Hill making it with that 21st place finish is 7 points. If Creed wins, Allgaier gets 8 less points. So he's out, even if Hill finishes 21st.
Yeah. So congrats. You played yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a whole lot to add to that. Any guess on who's going to win in Xfinity?
Well, so who do we have? What are our options here? What are our options? We got Sam Mayer. We got
Allgaier,
John Hunter Nemechek, and Cole Custer. Well, actually, sort of the same. 2 Chevys from the same team. Yep. A Joe Gibbs Toyota and a Ford.
Funny how that happens, eh?
Yep.
The joke of scripting the NFL?
Yeah.
You think you think NASCAR and Xfinity just accidentally copied the same script for the final?
Shit.
Oh, you never know.
So based on that logic, I'm going to go with Justin Allgaier winning.
Winning the race, but not the championship.
No, he's gonna win the championship.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I was thinking Austin Hill.
No.
Okay.
So obviously you have the Ford, who is the same situation as Blaney, the least deserving of all of them.
Yeah.
Sam Mayer, who is arguably the one who should win, based on his season, he's not going to win. And then John Hunter Nemechek. Actually, arguably, John Hunter Nemechek is the most deserving based on the season. He has 7 wins. Damn. 7
So he's
wins,
your Byron.
1,000 laps led this season.
Goddamn. So yeah, he's
2017.
not winning.
No. Yeah, I'll go Allgaier. He's second. No idea.
And it'd be funnier. It'd be funnier because technically that's an RCR spot.
Yes.
If they aren't Dick
Exactly.
Suitos. Yep. Let's go. I'm gonna go put money on Allgaier right now.
Yeah, racing gods are fun that way.
Yep.
Oh, can you parlay Allgaier and Larson? No, that
Good
would be
question.
kind of fun.
I've never actually tried doing that, to be honest. So
We'll see. Taylor, is this too much NASCAR talk for you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I can't contribute in any way because I don't follow Xfinity at all. But it's fine. It's good.
Fair enough.
sports, motor racing. Ah, they don't have Xfinity on FanDuel. God damn it,
Ooh.
bastards. Also, Kyle Larson is the favorite.
Really? That's actually kind of funny. I would not have guessed that. But I will send this thing to Taylor quickly because I sent it to Steven and didn't send it to Taylor. If you check your messages, Taylor, this is the last thing I want to talk about before we wrap up. Juncos has a driver announcement coming up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not today, but Thursday. Juncos driver announcement will be made.
Because they parted ways with Callum Illott. Right.
Yes.
Which is supremely disappointing. But
Yeah.
okay.
It's like, I wonder who it could be.
Well. We
Who
wonder.
could it be, Sean? Who is it? Are you
Well,
gonna say?
It looks like there's some fire and stuff on their announcement. That's interesting to
Oh.
note.
So could it be the Phoenix? Or whatever he calls himself?
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Grosjean.
Boo! You can't parlay the winners. God damn it!
Alas. So,
I'm putting money on all there.
Lame.
I'm going to bet it's going to be Grosjean,
Yeah.
which is good.
So he
to
gets
be
to
honest.
stay in IndyCar.
I think he should, and I would like to see him win with a shittier team. That'd be nicer.
Mm-hmm. It just makes me sad, though, that Callum Illott is the one who lost in that. It
guess we
sucks
should
because I
mention that.
really like him.
Yeah, we didn't talk about
Yeah,
that.
because I really liked him. Did that happen during our break, our little
Yeah,
mini
that
break?
did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So Callum Illott no longer at Juncos. I guess possibly, most likely being replaced with Grosjean. But yeah, supremely disappointing because I really liked him. Where is he going? Do we know?
We
WEC?
don't. Well,
I guess he could go to WEC.
it's not actually known where he is going. But based on his statement, it kind of sounded like he was done.
Maybe. I don't know. He had a decent season. It's not like he did poorly or anything like that. Like, I guess that was just kind of like the surprising thing. But I was like, we have some guy named Kiffin Simpson coming into IndyCar, and like Callum's the one that's leaving. It's just so odd.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
his statement, he says, "I greatly appreciate the opportunity that I had to step into the world of IndyCar and be a part of building something from the ground up." That makes it sound like he gone.
Yep.
Now, if I would actually place bets on where I think he will go, I think he's going to go to Ferrari.
Like Ferrari,
Where, though?
where?
Ferrari Le Mans team.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, you have to be more specific about which Ferrari team we're talking about, because
That is-
Ferrari has its hands in a lot of different things.
But that is Ferrari, so I'm just saying.
True.
It
true.
is Scuderia
I mean,
Ferrari.
yeah.
I guess it's Scuderia. Yeah.
That would be good.
So
I mean, that would be good for him.
he was a Ferrari development driver, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they want him back. Go join the last year's Le Mans winner. You know what? That could be a good thing for him.
It could be really good. Yeah, and he could find his footing in that.
Yeah.
In a different series. Here's my question about the whole Grosjean thing, though. Like, is he not signed to Lamborghini in WEC for next year?
Is he?
Like, how does that work? Yeah, I thought he was part of Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, so, like, how is that going to work schedule-wise?
I mean, he just won't. It's probably you'll just be like the third driver for like the long distance races.
Okay.
That's what I assume.
Okay,
So
makes sense. Maybe during like their breaks or whatever in IndyCar, if he is indeed going to be at Juncos, which he probably will be. But
yeah,
because I was thinking about that, and I was like, well, if he's out of Andretti, like that's not the biggest like loss in the world because he's with Lamborghini in WEC or whatever. And I'm like, so. Maybe he can just take that on more full time than perhaps he had committed to originally. But I guess now it's gonna be split or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he does it.
We'll see what happens, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more next week because that's all we got for this week. So thank you and goodbye. Happy Halloween.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at Spare Parts Racing. That's Spare Parts RACIN, and on TikTok at Spare Parts Pod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tay Moore.